Russian girl next to me, what a great honor here. And you are from St. Petersburg,
Yes.
you told me. What is your inspiration when you are making fashion?
When I made this collection.
Yes.
The main inspiration is youth subcultures of Russia from the 80s during the Soviet Union times. And actually, if I can show you.
Yeah.
Because when I
Show it
started,
on the camera.
yeah, when I started developing when I start working on the fashion collection, I firstly think about the image that I want to be inspired with. And I was very inspired by this musician. His name is Viktor Tsoi. He was from the band called Kino. It was a rock band which was very famous during that time.
More famous than Gorky Park?
Yes, more famous.
I know a Russian band, Gorky Park, the Moscow Peace Festival, you know that?
Yes.
Scorpions and so on, yeah. Okay, I can understand that, yeah.
Yes, and I was very inspired by his personal style. I can show you. Because he was
really 80s.
yes. He was basically, no one knew him before this girl. Her name is Joanna Stingray, and she's American. And during the 80s, in the beginning of the 80s, she was 23 years old, and she was very interested in Russian culture. So she decided to visit Russia. And she came to Russia, and she met one by one all of those musicians, because she was also rock musician herself, and she basically discovered the whole kind of underground music scene of that time, which was kind of hidden behind the curtains, because it was Russia at the time was very isolated, and all the creative people they couldn't really express their art in a way that they wanted to do, and a lot of their concerts were cancelled all the time, so they had to perform in someone's apartments during nighttime, and I was really into that vibe and atmosphere of their spirit. And the way, because maybe I can show here, and especially his style, because during the 80s, the clothes that you can get in the stores, it was not a big variety of choices, and the materials were also quite simple, and it was like cotton and the same shade, so everyone would look the same. But his style was very unique, and I would say that he was the first probably artist who started this maybe trend or something to bring your own personality into your own look. And all the clothes that he found it in a flea market, so all of them were too big for him, so he just fixed something, make pants shorter, and you can actually see that it became, he had specific look that he didn't look like anyone else. And especially how they were playing with the shapes as well. For example, this musician, he just discovered, he just used his grandma's dress to style it, to make his look more interesting. And as you can see in my collection, I really wanted to bring that kind of feeling.
Just a second, I will hold it.
Yes.
And give you here the microphone.
But I don't really think that this could be called as a dress. I really think that it's more like a tunique, because I was also very inspired by uniforms and army wear and military wear, and I really loved, I wanted to combine...
This camouflage a little bit?
Yeah. It has this kind of inspiration behind it, but I love this combination of kind of oversized 80s, big shoulders, big shapes, with a combination with very kind of sharp and clean details like planks, cuffs, because I think that it really makes the whole look very sharp, and also it's very comfortable because
What material is it?
this is all silk satin, and it was dyed with chemical dyes by painting technique. So everything was painted by hand by me, and actually this
Wow.
dress was made with a screen. So I had an image. I can show you.
Yeah. Don't stress. Here.
I have so many things to say.
No problem. We have time. We have time. You do it very well.
Okay. Yeah, this picture.
Wow.
And yeah, actually no. First, so I told you about the music scene and young people, and then there's another perspective that I wanted to bring, more personal side, and it's my mom's experience. This is my mom.
Okay.
And during the 80s, she was 20 years old. And one of the kind of obligatory thing for her as a student was to go to summer camps and to do community work.
Okay.
And those camps, they were organized by Komsomol parties. And the main kind of idea was to bring this spirit of Soviet community and being like very patriotic. And she like not all of them were enjoying that, because it was really easy to lose your personality, because they had to wear uniforms with different symbols that kind of hierarchy put them in like different levels. And in my way, I really wanted to play with symbols in my collection to lose that meaning of dividing people, to kind of come to make a honest community. And so in those camps, for example, that print here, these were two boys. They're actually those two boys as well. Yeah. They were also doing a community work, and they were quite rebellious, and instead of painting houses, they just painted their overalls because they were uncontrollable.
Okay.
But their look is so honest and so pure. You can see that in their eyes.
So that you took this inspiration for translating it in your collection.
Yes, definitely. And I really love that you can actually, I used those pictures and I made them in abstract print, because I really feel that even though it's very abstract, I can still see it in the image in my eyes.
Wow.
And
show me more, please.
for example, in this jacket, in those camps, they used to wear also those kind of uniform jackets, and always on the back they had to have some kind of also symbols that defined them, like who they were. And instead of making it look like some kind of what I'm trying to say, so I decided to just mix. Make it very customized and put more personal touch with pictures. And so this is actually a vintage patch that I found from one of the jackets that you saw.
Okay.
I found it on eBay. But I think it's really real from that time, from the 80s, and all the pins are also with like Soviet symbols and different names of the parties, and I think it's really nice that they don't have that heaviness about their meaning, and I really like that.
I really like that you put such different elements in a new combination. You give a new look. That's really nice.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
What's about this?
Yeah, I have quite a lot of scarves as well in my collection, and this is actually my grandma's scarf from the 80s during Olympic Games.
Okay.
And this it's a really, really valuable thing for me, but it really kind of brings the feeling of that time. And this was actually a symbol of the Olympic Games, and it was called Cheburashka. It's like a bear, but we call it Cheburashka. And I think it really fits to the vibe of the collection.
What do you how should I say, which kind of scarf elements you work with? I saw here a headscarf.
Yes. They could be styled in any way.
Okay.
It could be like wrapped around the neck. It could be hanging like here, because I really love the movements of materials. Like I love combining silks, because when they walk, they move very nicely, like this.
Okay.
And especially with scarves, even if it's a small detail, it makes the whole look lighter. And I think for menswear, I love when you look at when you look at the model or at the look, and the shape is very it's a big shape, it's a strong shape, but then because of the material, it's very light as well. So I like that combination of materials. But mainly all the fabrics are silks, cotton, the trench coats. Oh yeah, I have also knitted pieces, and this is a woven patch that I made myself. It's a jacquard technique, and then I covered it with I kind of laminated it with a transparent layer, so it almost feels like leather, but it's really a jacquard. It's really like textile fabric. And also the shoes. I made all the shoes specifically for every look, so it would fit to every look image, and all the writings on every shoe is either the quotes from lyrics from the songs of that band, or some. Oh, so. Or, for example, the name of the, is it like electricity factory or something, 89? Yeah, but also my mom was actually I did it in a collaboration with my mom, because obviously she lived during those times, and she knows much better, remembers all the symbols and everything. But I think it's really nice because it gives this playfulness and
we can say in short words that you give all your love and all your inspiration into every element of your production.
Definitely, 100%. Wow. That's how I see fashion, and that's why I love fashion so much, because fashion gives you this opportunity to actually be yourself and express
what you want.
Yes, what you want, and show your authenticity and especially when you can talk about your culture and background. It's really amazing. Oh, and also I developed a perfume. It's called Vopriki. It's a Russian word, and it means despite of, and it really translates the main kind of spirit of this collection, because all those young people, and what I want to, my message with this collection is for young people to live despite of all the difficulties or anything that can stop them to be themselves.
Liberty.
Yes, it sounds very stereotypic, but for me it's very kind of simple actually to be yourself.
In the history, even in the West and the East and the West, I know I'm from that generation who knows behind and before an Iron Curtain, and I understand to express yourself and to be free and so on.
Yes.
So congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. A mixture of elements and liberty, freedom, and I'm deeply impressed.
Thank you so much.
I wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you. It was very nice meeting you.
Antonina Sedakova, Russie.